Just going to quickly push up the beach to try and show you a bit more.
Dagger 1, Bravo. This is Dagger 1.
Unfortunately, that was the AI taking me out with one bullet, as Rich said, one bullet can kill. That's not always the case, but that was the case then. I'm going to try and push up the beach as quickly as possible. While I'm doing that, might want to talk about some of the things we're doing graphically, because we have over a 30-kilometer draw distance. So, Mike?
Yeah, as Tim gets to the top of the hill, you just be able to see the environment in splendor. You can see in this mission probably about 16 kilometers up to the mountain. But if you get the right viewpoint, you can literally see the entire 36-kilometer length of the island. So we've pretty much got unlimited draw distance. Another thing we're very, very proud of is our effects system. We've got really clever technology in Ego that lets us just throw around loads and loads of particles. So all the huge smoke screens you see, all the burning tanks that can burn for all the way throughout a mission. It all just adds to that really kind of visceral sensation of being in a war zone. You get that natural fog of war where sort of smoke grenades and burning vehicles just create a wall of smoke. Our AI can't see through that. So you kind of start using lots of real-world tactics. You can use smoke screens to block assaults, you can use them to fall back. But there's a natural counter to that. We've modelled everything with a very, very high level of authenticity. So we've got things we'll see in the next mission like thermal scopes, which let you see through smoke. So for every military tactic, there often is a counter tactic. Tim's being a little bit more cautious this time, getting his guys to do most of the work. Real military tactics work in this game, so you can get your machine gunners and snipers up on high ground and give them targets through binoculars. You can sit back and not do any shooting yourself and still complete missions. It's all about how you use your fire team.
AT gunner, 100 meters south.
Now, one thing about the game is, as you can see at the moment, we have this yellow flag that is the RV system. This is available on the 2 easier difficulty modes. This is to take into consideration the fact that not everyone has 3 years military training. One of the things we have been praised for is that the by the United States Marine Corps is how authentic the game is. And so what I'm doing is
give me a freeze down.
Trying to take out the enemy that I believe may be behind this tank. I'm just going to take cover and try and get my team to also take them out.
The level of authenticity goes really, really far in this game. We see it all the time. We've realistically modelled vehicles, weapons, munitions, our AI systems. Also down to little things like the colour of traces. We actually use NATO colour, which is kind of reddy orange for the friendly side of the Marines. And the Chinese use green traces. So just by, if you can't see where the enemy is, if you see they're firing coming and they're shooting off a machine gun with a tracer, you can often just tell whose side it's on, because at the kind of distances you often engage troops in real combat, it can be very difficult. There's an anti-tank rocket going against the friendly APCs that are coming up.
Suppress those enemy positions. Dagger 1, Bravo. This is Dagger 1. Provide covering fire for the APCs. The enemy is concentrating fire.
Okay, so unfortunately,
Dagger 1, Bravo.
Not doing a brilliant job keeping my guys alive.
Provide covering fire
at the
for
moment.
the APCs. The enemy is concentrating fire.
Hopefully we should be able to push on. I can show you some of the other weapons as well. What you can see there is the hit indicator. Again, we give various different help to the player on normal difficulty level, and this is certain things that you'd expect in a lot of more arcadey games. We want to make the game as accessible as possible, but one of the key things about our game is unlike a lot of other games, you don't magically become a bullet sponge on the easy levels. The AI you play against, the difficulty is effectively the same.
Target support gunner is eliminated.
Yeah, so we don't change damage, we don't change how lethal bullets are, or anything like that. Just going to switch to Full Metal Jacket. One of the key things about this game is we knew it was going to be a great first-person shooter, but we noticed something that was happening with the industry and games as a whole. It's great fun to play a single-player game, but it's even more fun. It's, in fact, 4 times as fun if you get to play with your mates. So that's why we've made the game, the single-player campaign, all the way through. You can play it 4-player co-op as well. And we're very proud of that. It's something that we're still in development. We're nearing the end, but it's something that, as we're testing more and more, we're finding we're getting drawn into playing it a bit too much and not bug finding at the moment on the multiplayer. Another thing you just saw me do is pick up a enemy weapon. Something we do is we realistically model the reload animations. And this is something that is going to be tactical about the game. You need to take into consideration, do I have the 8 seconds it takes to deploy the weapon to engage something like an enemy tank? Or do I have to fall back
100 meters
and move to a safe position? So what I've done now is pushed on and taken over this village. There's still going to be a fight going on. Unfortunately, one of my secondary objectives, which I haven't done, is keep a lot of these tanks alive, the APCs. Now, the APCs, just because I failed to keep them alive doesn't mean that the mission fails, but it does mean that the game is going to be a whole lot more harder, because the next part of the mission, I can tell you now, is going to be assaulting this. However, we don't want to spoil the whole of the mission. So I'm now going to pull out and show off a totally different mission